weekend of rugby we've just watched. France, Australia, Ireland, Samoa, and England,
Italy.
Fiji. Italy, who did Italy play?
Japan.
Oh,
Japan.
okay.
Scotland,
They beat
Georgia.
Japan. Yeah, Scotland, Georgia. I don't know if
And
anyone.
England, Fiji.
England, Fiji. That's one to talk about. I don't know if anyone has seen this clown, Kieran Williams, on this podcast they got or whatever. But I hope he enjoyed that Fiji game. Huh? Fiji, England got a hiding, made history.
Yeah, no, for sure. Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. The Springboks are living in this Oak's head, rent free, yeah,
Rent
rent
free, my
free.
friend.
100%. This
Absolutely.
Oak has got a lot of hate in his heart towards the Springboks, but
I think
anyway,
we spoke about it. I think it goes back to that last World Cup, hey, where we
it
gave
must
them a
be.
hiding in the final. I mean, since then
Must
they're
be.
still having nightmares.
I reckon that's
Eh?
exactly what it
What
is.
a clown, my friend. What a clown. Listen, yeah, Fiji made history. Brilliant. I thoroughly enjoyed that game. Like I've said
Fantastic,
before, England cannot, their whole team, if they walked into a bar, they wouldn't be able to get drunk.
Dude. I don't know what's going on there.
That's how useless.
They've just lost it. They've lost the plot completely. They now eighth in the world, below Fiji. Fiji sitting at seventh. Australia ninth and Wales 10th. That's not what I was expecting here. I don't even think World Rugby was expecting this, seeing as the way that they did this draw. Let's be honest now, because all the top 5 teams are on one side and the rest are on the other side.
I mean, I've touched on it before. I don't read too much into the world rankings because, you get points here and there. But I mean, for example, Ireland, France, they play, to me, and this will also get a lot of hate, they play easier teams and that are tier one, the likes of Italy and stuff. If we played Italy
And
twice
England.
a year, and England, exactly, if we played them twice a year, we'd or New Zealand played them all twice a year. I mean, you imagine New Zealand playing Scotland, Italy, Wales, England twice a year. That's 8 games. Imagine how many they'd be on the top of the table. It is what it is. That point system for me doesn't really make sense. But congrats to Fiji. Absolutely
Fantastic.
making history.
Brilliant. I'm hoping for them to get into the quarters, maybe a little bit further. The way that they played on Saturday, it's not a thing that's impossible. I mean, Australia is not functioning at all either. Let's be honest now.
No, and we spoke about it, and I think going to Carter Gordon, I think they'd do a lot better with Bernard Foley.
But I think they'll do better with Quade Cooper in that position at the moment. Let's be honest now.
I think they'd do better without a fly half with 14 men on the field. But France played well,
it must be a little bit heartbreaking for you, seeing as that's where you went to school in Oz and everything like that. So it must be.
Oh, mate, I will support England against Australia. I'm not going to lie to you.
Serious, that bad, eh? I'm not that bad. I'd rather support Australia, honest. England.
I'll support them now that they cuck. But when I was there, I had to support anyone else because all I got was grief. As a Springbok supporter in Australia, all you get is grief.
Okay.
I watched a couple of games there where we beat them. Best days of my life. Ireland and Samoa. Ireland were quite lucky to come away with a win in that game.
Samoa gave it its all. I don't think all Ireland starters were in that game, but let's be honest, they were playing really well. Lima Superwanga was on fire. The boot was on. He was really jamming. Okay, they made a bit of mistakes at the end. Things that they should have actually won that game. Missing the kick out at the end with a penalty, and then just not getting their line out right. I mean, they had an opportunity to win that game. No, they had a lot of opportunities to win that game, but they just didn't pull it through. They let go a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they made a few mistakes, especially they got the penalties. They got the line out on Ireland's 5-meter line, and then they lost it. I mean, there was one line-out jump on the 5-meter line after the penalty where they just forgot to jump. One of them, they just didn't jump. And that just comes down to, I suppose, organization. Take your time. You're in that position. Take your time. Know what you're doing. Do the basics properly, and you'll come out on top. I think they got a bit excited. Absolutely. I think they deserve to win that game. I think Ireland was absolutely trash, to be quite honest with you.
No, but the thing is, Ireland has got a very good jumping line-out. They do have a very good line-out. So it's something that you've got to get used to when you want to compete against them. They've got really tall guys that are there, and it's something that their set piece, it doesn't matter if it was their first or their second, it doesn't really matter what it is. They've got a very good coach in in Andy Farrell there, and
Mm.
he knows what he's doing. You can see that the team has got structure. I think that they were a little bit shocked at about the pace that Samoa came out in, but yeah.
Yeah, Scotland, Georgia. Your take on that?
Scotland's looking dangerous, huh?
Very dangerous.
33-6 against Georgia. Good defense. Duan
South
van der
Africa,
Merwe is an absolute beast, though.
South African A team, that Scottish team, eh?
Seems like it. Seems like
Yeah.
it. Yeah. And then, yeah, Italy, Japan. Italy came in firing with a 42-27 win. And then the other Southern Hemisphere team, Argentina against Spain, smashed Spain 62-3.
Yeah, no. I don't think much has changed about my World Cup prediction. I think that, if anything, I think that Scotland have a chance of upping Ireland and coming second in Pool B.
Yeah,
I know
I'm a
it's a
little bit nervous
far-fetched
about
thought.
France. It's
I
not
think,
though, Matt. It's really not a far-fetched thought at all. Scotland and Ireland, it can go either way. Hey, if South Africa has a bad day, we could also be in trouble against one of the two, you know?
oh, listen,
But it's got
it's rugby. On the day, anyone can win. You could have a tier 2
correct.
nation versus a tier 1. If you don't pitch up on the day, you lose in that game.
Yeah,
And that's just how it goes. So it's anyone's game on the day. Look at Fiji and England. I mean, that's history being made out there.
yeah,
Although, if Fiji were ever going to do it, it's going to be now.
that's it. And now, yeah, there's a little bit of a change in the World Rugby standings. Obviously, Ireland's still number one, South Africa 2, France 3, New Zealand 4, Scotland 5, Argentina 6, Fiji 7, England 8, Australia 9, and Wales 10.
Yeah.
So that's
Funny
the top
thing
10
that,
look at
eh?
the moment. Yeah, it's not what we expected, let's be honest now. I mean, England is just,
Mm-mm.
they're struggling, and Eddie Jones just, I think it's almost time for him to give himself a couple of uppercuts now.
Yeah, but I don't know. 5 out of 5 lost. What do you do? How do you even justify it? Like, we're still building. Yeah, that's like the South African trying to fix the roads. It's going to be fixed in 20 years, boy.
But you know, you go and make a big decision like leaving your captain behind, Mark Looper. It's not something that you do. Not when your team is in the rut that they're
Well,
in.
Michael Hooper wasn't there. James Slipper wasn't there. Um, Samu Karevi wasn't there. And who's the winger? He looks like a Fijian. I forgot his name now. I can't believe I've forgotten it. You know who I'm talking about. They're
I
number
know exactly
11.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
What are they not doing there?
I don't know. Maybe you just didn't want to risk the injuries. I don't know. But I know Michael Hooper wasn't chosen for the World Cup squad at all.
No, I know.
And Quade Cooper. I mean, I know this Carden Gordon might be the next best thing, but do you really want to put him up right now in the World Cup?
Yeah, well, I still rate Bernard Foley over both of them. As long as he
100%.
can manage his time limits that he's got, he'll be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I
for
think
sure.
what a hell of a week of rugby. We got a 2-week break now before the opening game. We will be here for every game of the World Cup. We'll mention a couple of games at once, the smaller games, the big games we'll definitely talk about. And if you haven't seen our World Cup prediction, go have a look at it. We will link it at the end, as well as our review on the All Blacks Springboks game, where the Springboks made history, 35-7. Anything else you want to mention? Have I missed anything, Brent?
No, I think that's about it for now. I mean, we will be back next week with a couple of videos to talk up the World Cup and see exactly what's going to be happening in that first weekend
Yeah,
and
we're
so on and so
definitely going to
forth.
do a big preview on that opening game, France and New
A
Zealand.
couple of
That's a big
players
one.
to look out for on that first weekend, and it's going to be a good one. I'm really excited
Great.
for this World Cup. It's going to be the best one so far,
Oh,
for sure.
very excited. They always are, in the lead up, aren't they?
Definitely.
Guys, thanks for watching. We really appreciate you guys. Give us a like and a sub if you like us. Yeah, we look forward to having you here in the future, and we enjoy doing this. We love it. Rugby's our passion. If you're watching these videos day in, day out, like we do, watch everybody else's, it's our passion and we love doing it. And yeah,
That's it. Yeah, but like you said, give us a like, a subscribe, and leave us a comment in the bottom of what you would like to see us do next.
appreciate it. Cheers, boy.
Okay. Cheers, Matty. Bye.